you watch them play online, you watch them play on LAN, they just love to get in your face. They love to throw things, random things out there. And so Cloud9, I mean, look at this. They're already into it. 2 frags changed.
Yeah, right off the bat, and that's of course going to give Cloud9 a chance now to push this bomb through long. They do have a bit of cavalry coming in through short as well, so they are going to try and pinch around on this site, but Exarte with that shot onto Shroud is going to bring the Americans down somewhat, of course, plus Shroud. And is this retake on? The bomb's not been planted just yet.
No, we're still waiting for it, but it's ROCCAT. I mean, they're just going to be focusing on going for a standard retake here. They may even go for the boost. They're attempting the jumps. A bit dangerous since the recent update, but there you go. Sunny will catch Shongairs looking the wrong way. Skadoodle trying to hold his own at long, and he's now going to be the last man alive in a 1v3. Nasu's got the kit, and he's already defusing the bomb. And look at that. Skadoodle realizes, but it's not going to happen fast enough. He gets all 3 kills, but he will not be able to save the bomb from getting defused.
So close yet so far. That's got to hurt. And there you go. The first round is going to be coming in for the Finns. So ROCCAT starting fantastically on their CT side. I'm curious now to see what we're...
Yeah, we're going to get the instant replay here, but what's so important, I mean, this is a 1v4, well, now a 1v4. Basically, Skadoodle gets the kill at the same time. Last man here, Xart only had 3 HP, so no, that's an easy frag to get, but unfortunately for Skadoodle, he just couldn't find the kill on Nasu fast enough to stop that defuse going through. And look at this, Cloud9, man. Well, talking about random plays, here's a just total lack of respect on their part. They're actually going to go for the force buy off that bomb plant.
This is something Natu actually did touch on a little bit as well with the force buys of Cloud9, and could that come back to sting them in the backside?
Oh, I think so, because look at what ROCCAT have gone for. They're going for the anti-force buy play. They've got rifles across the board and a scout on Stonda. But the rifles, they could be huge. Pop flash in, and there's the pop flash as well from ROCCAT, and they've got that crossfire set up. Yuho with 2 kills, but there's still a man alive in the pit. Nasu not going to be able to get anything done, but it's still advantage Cloud9. I mean, it's advantage ROCCAT as far as I'm concerned. They've got the guns going into this.
They certainly do. 2 Tech-9s, of course, on Cloud9 are capable of ripping faces, but they do have a distinct lack of smokes on the board right now. Flashes are coming through onto the CT side. Skadoodle, plus one of his teammates, are going to be pushing this, getting that bomb planted once more. 3-on-3 scenario. And to be fair as well, actually, ROCCAT have very little in utility, so if Cloud9 can just land a couple of shots here, they've got every chance of clutching this round out.
Actually, this is a little bit tricky because they've put Sunny over to the long house right now. We need to get the headshot, and it's going to land onto Exart. No time wasted there. Easy hold for nothing. They're going to try and set it up because the Goose A slope is just too strong. And I'm really quite surprised by ROCCAT's approach on just how slow they were with the retake. The fact that they try and focus on long, they put, I mean, Sunny down on long. I could see that happening, but honestly, I would have liked to have seen one, go like CT up to Cat. They wasted a lot of time. That's basically what we can take away from that.
They're, however, going to be able to keep one assault rifle in the form of that AK at the end for Sunny, so at least a bit of a saving grace for them, but still, yeah, it was a bit of an iffy round to say the least. As you can see here, Freakazoid with that P250 just doing work. It was pretty decent from Yoho to actually get the 2 frags in the first place from there, but still, Cloud9's force buy does just about pay off.
Well, that's what makes it happen, actually. I'm kind of surprised at how ineffective Nasu was as well. I guess he was flashed initially, and then he was trying to count on his flash to do some work, and then I guess he just got dinked down low because he really didn't get too much done from that pit position. That crossfire could have completely shredded Cloud9 if he was only able to get like 1 more frag. It would have been a big difference maker there for ROCCAT. But Cloud9 still, they managed to make the force buy work, as you say, and it's going to be a counter force coming out here from ROCCAT.
Yeah, hoping that AK is going to be enough to work off. You can see CZ57 are in. These are powerful pistols, but against Cloud9's 3 AKs for Mass and Scout, I'm not too sure about this decision from ROCCAT. Here comes the push through mid, however, Stone is actually assuming a position that Freakazoid likes to go in a whole bunch for Cloud9, and it's going to be Sunny off the side, who's doing work with the AK. 2 frags for him, and he's still alive and pretty healthy at that as well, so he could do some more damage. There's the 3rd frag, Stonde from the boxes, and it's all going to be on Skadoodle, and another force buy potentially going to be working out here. He's managed to pick himself up the frag, and he's going to get himself picked off. I was about to say, is he able to get onto that bomb? Answer a resounding no, and the Finns seem very happy with that result.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. Stonda in particular, he was playing that position down in CT, boosted up on the box to look over that standard smoke that goes down. But this spray from Sunny is ridiculous. Just the crouch spray and then controlling the angle on door as well, taking off Freakazoid, stopping him from picking off his teammate on the B site. That's where it all kind of worked out. It panned out so nicely for ROCCAT. Whereas Cloud9, they've actually tapped out. They're saying, okay, that's enough. We're actually going to go for an eco round here.
Yeah, the economic game of chicken. They're going to bow out first, and that will give ROCCAT a pretty good advantage here. They have lost a player early on. There's Yo just spraying down onto Freakazoid. He knows there's a player tight to his right as well, but it's Skadoodle who takes down Sunny, who's pushing very aggressively up mid. And that cost him his life. So Cloud9 are still doing a bit of economic damage themselves, even though they are going to lose this round. Took 2 weapons away, and 3-1 is the scoreline.
No, this is definitely not going to be any easier here for Cloud9. No bonus money coming from a bomb plant. I mean, they did go for an eco. They were looking to do some damage, but I don't think they did quite enough there. So no bomb plant as well means, you know, will Skadoodle actually have enough money for the AWP? Because that's the big thing. You know, he hasn't been playing with the scoped rifle yet. And I think that's what we're all waiting for, because he can have such an impact on the game. But he will just have enough money for it. Nicely done, actually. Not even Glass Cannon. He had an extra grand, well, $1,300 to put into this round.
Yeah, and even a smoke as well, which very well could be worth its weight in gold. So here we go, the first frags are coming up. Nobody checks mid. Freakazoid with a double frag. 2 entries onto the site, opens up B completely. And that's also just all off the back of no one watching mid from ROCCAT. Like, no one was even there.
Yeah, that's actually Cloud9 pulling a fast one. And literally a fast one. But this is, this just completely caught ROCCAT off guard with how quick Cloud9 were at getting out through mid. No way for ROCCAT to expect that kind of play. It's not every day that you actually see somebody YOLO rush straight into mid like that through the mid doors. So ROCCAT getting punished for having a bit more of a standard approach, not leaving anybody in mid, just putting 2 guys on the B site. I mean, that's one of the standard holds that you can have on CT Dust too. And Cloud9, it just works out this time that they hit it just right.
Yeah, great call there from Cloud9, really catching the Finns off guard, as you say. It looks like they will be able to save up 3 weapons, though, from this round with a pretty healthy amount of equipment. In fact, 19.5k in total, including that open 2 M4s plus grenades. So it's a decent salvage, I suppose, from the round from ROCCAT. That could have gone a whole lot worse if they lose the round and lose all the weapons. They could be into forced by eco territory, and then, you know, Cloud9 can start stamping their authority. But here's a double frag. Just Freakazoid runs through mid. Very nice little spray control, and there you go. B site taken, planted. Easy round for Cloud9 in the end.
Yeah, that second kill by Freakazoid was sexy. Just great spray transfer over, to quote Moses. Nice nade onto Sunny, and this is really nicely done by Cloud9 as well. They could realize that ROCCAT are trying to change it up, get a man into mid early to stop that kind of aggressive push. What do? They double nade him. So Sunny down to 50 HP already. Stonda, he's taking a little bit of damage as well. He'll be carrying the AWP for ROCCAT, no surprise there. And no joy for Sean Gares. Unfortunately for him, he's not able to get the kill onto Nasu, and Yuho's actually in a pretty decent spot. They don't actually check right, but a follow-up flash completely ruins it. That was from a teammate as well. Oh, double nade is going to do the work, though. That's all right. Good recovery.
Missed opportunity, but then the grenade just rings on in and scores.
Oh my God, Stonda's got. I mean, they've got to be pissed right now, because he was like set to get 3 kills. Cloud9 walked right past him, and then a team flash comes in. Awkward.
Smiles on the faces, though, of ROCCAT, because they do manage to get the round anyway. 4-2 is your scoreline, and Cloud9. I feel like they're going to be a bit pressed for cash. Yeah, indeed they are. So you can see Sean Gares just on the Tech 9 and a P250 for Freakazoid. It's not a fantastic buy. They do have a lot of utility, though, and this is enough to work off if they can burst onto the site. You can see the majority of the players now opting for the B tunnel control from Cloud9.
And this is the clever stuff that we're talking about, or the aggressive stuff, right? That Cloud9 may not expect. I mean, they are setting up ultra passive at the beginning of this round, Cloud9, so far. I mean, look at that. 3 guys waiting outside of T-spawn. They were expecting some kind of push into Upper Dark, perhaps, and they were definitely setting up to try and punish that. It's not the push that they're expecting, though. Just a man camping on Lower Dark. Nothing there for Cloud9 to go off of. They have no idea that this guy is here. He can do some big damage, because he's going to be hearing the steps in from mid and in from lower. And he turns away. Oh, the timing couldn't be worse.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate, but a part of me thinks that Cloud9 also planned that as well. You know, if there is a player in the bottom of tunnels and you come round and pincer him, he has to start checking one of his sides, and then doing so, even if he does get a frag, the likelihood is you get the trade, and that of course will favor the terrorists. They still have a bunch of utility to use with just 40 seconds left on the timer. So that is going to force Sunday's AWP out of mid, and now here comes the long trek on towards the long. Nasu is there, but he's the only man standing, so if they can pick off this frag, they should be able to get across to the A site.
Yeah, this is big now. And he has to hit the timing just right. Flash goes out, though. Not sure if they spotted him. His flash isn't going to be as effective. It does full flash 1, but they're still watching. He gets a flash from a teammate, though. That's going to buy some time. But then that costs you his life. And they're just going to go jumping straight down into pit. Perfectly played here by Cloud9 to open things up on this A site. Stonda's watching the cross, and they don't actually have a smoke to block this. He literally catches Skadoodle mid-air. Skadoodle, he's going to be kicking himself. Jumped right down into the crosshairs. And what a follow-up round here by Cloud9.
They literally planted that bomb with like half a second to go as well, by the way. Like, if that AWP of Sunday hits the bomb carrier, that round's over.
Yeah, look at this. 6,
Yeah.
5. I mean, it's just ticking down.
Good guy Skadoodle, bodyguard, threw
Wow.
himself in front of that bullet and keeps the dream alive for Cloud9. So that's a pretty huge moment in this match, potentially. You know, if Cloud9 lose that, they're on eco more than likely, and then who knows? You know, maybe ROCCAT start to pull away on the CT side.
And we can't say, I mean, I think that the general consensus is that this is a T-sided map once again. You can expect Terrorists to go 9-6, 8-7. I mean, it's still 50-50 close, but you can expect Terrorists to pull ahead early on. That's going to be a nice little nade. Nope, not going to do that much damage to Freak, who gets dropped down to 80, but at least that's one-shot headshot territory now with that FAMAS or the M4. No M4s on ROCCAT, though. This is a bit of a touch-and-go buy from them.
Yeah, 3 FAMASes with the CZ. Here comes the push. Nasu's going to be so important, but Freakazoid again just runs through, bags himself the entry. Now, nothing is trying to lurk himself through in the B tunnels and does spot himself some information, so that's still useful for Cloud9.
Oh, that first pick is huge. This could be completely huge. There it is. Juho just pushes through the smoke. Ooh. Nothing was there fast enough, though, to make up for it, but that's a surprise kind of kill that ROCCAT need to go for here.
That's it, exactly. When you have this kind of weaponry as well and you're a player behind, you have to go for broke. You have to go for the high-risk, high-reward plays. You can see again that Cloud9 have got the bomb onto the A side. This is going to be a plant more than likely the round as well, but here come the Finns, and Exarte has landed himself that shot onto nothing. The flashbang over, yeah, more than likely is still going to be the round going the way of Cloud9, unless Stunny can pull off some crazy AWP shots here.
Yeah, that man in Goose, that's the real problem. Because they have long control right now, Cloud9, they can put that man up in Goose and he doesn't have to worry about getting picked off at range. Because if they lose long control, then the man in Goose is just completely exposed and you can get picked off. But so long as, I mean, there's still a player over on long controlling it for Cloud9, that hold on A is going to be so difficult to crack, especially if you're a man down. So I think ROCCAT are making the right call at this point. Back off, hold on to the guns that they have, and hope that they can get some damage done in the next round.
I completely agree with you. Having that AWP is so instrumental, especially in a map like Dust 2. It can potentially get yourself a frag or two. Stunny's not been doing terribly this game. Like, he's been stepping up where it's required through mid. He's landed himself a couple of shots, but here was the moment. And I feel so sorry for Yoho as well, because he just ran out of CZ bullets. He had to go for something, had to try and pick himself up at the AK, and if he does get the AK and escape, who knows, maybe ROCCAT can get decent crossfire down and really punish Cloud9. As it stands though, ROCCAT in a kind of precarious position in terms of weaponry. Have 4 AKs and an AWP to play off against, and again they're going for that aggressive push through mid. Unfortunately for them though, it's an A play from Cloud9.
Yeah, actually I think that's a smoke going down from Cloud9 as well. The thing is that Cloud9, they're showing no respect at all. They realize the economic situation for ROCCAT, and they just decide to challenge it long. I mean, it's a solid place to go, especially if you're dealing with pistols. You have the rifles, you should be able to just clear things up there, no problem at all. Nothing is in a bit of an awkward spot though. He's about to get closed in on from all sides. He needs to win the first duel, he does, but what a sick shot by XR, just slaps him down, and that's a second AK to work with now for ROCCAT. They can actually send, I mean, they can choose to hold on to it, but really they are trying to set up to do a little bit more economic damage here to Cloud9. If they can manage to catch somebody out here at long, that'd be pretty nice.
I guess if you're going to send somebody in for this, it's the right player to go for Nasu, because he only has a USP, he has really nothing to lose here. And he goes in, he's going to get fragged, as expected, but I can understand the play there. No point saving that USP, but Cloud9 now have assumed the lead. ROCCAT will be able to buy up here with those saved up weapons. Freakazoid.
Always a showman.
Indeed. Always confident. And that's what you need from an entry fragger as well. He came under a lot of scrutiny when he first joined Cloud9, so it's good to see him, you know, rising. And
it was a personal evolution for him, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there was so much for him to catch up on when he first came into the scene, and he was really struggling with his personal performance, right, leading into it. But he said so himself that at one point, I think it was Gfinity, he was just like, okay, that's it, I don't care anymore. I'm actually just going to do whatever feels right. And since then, he's been doing fantastic work for Cloud9. Huge evolution on his part. I'm praising him, and I might have just cursed him, though, because Sunny takes his face off immediately. Yeah,
the curse of the commentator is real. There's Sunny with a third frag as well. Still has 100% of his HP at his disposal. So single-handedly shutting down Cloud9, who are going to be trying to push in. They're going to have enough funds to buy up next round regardless, but the bomb's now been dropped. Sunny's on for his ace, actually, now. 4-man already. Sean Gare's last player in mid. He's been picked off, and Scumbag Yoho is not going to be giving that ace across, but of course the Finns will not care. Fantastic round for them.
Yeah, what a play from Sunny. That's the thing. I think, like, throughout the qualifiers, I think it was really, like, Sunny and Stonda who were doing a lot of work for MixCat then, now ROCCAT. But, yeah. They're capable of big plays at all times, and the two of them really did a lot of work. So good to see them carrying on with that kind of performance. That puts him up on 10 frags now, Sonny. And Skadoodle gets juked. No, there's the timing for Stonda, though. He could get the follow-up. Yes, he will. He could even go for a third here, but the smoke goes down. And oh, they're actually going to push out anyway. Cloud9 desperate to make something happen here. Freakazoid looking to create an opening.
Those two first frags, though, could be absolutely massive for ROCCAT. That being said, Sean Guess has answered back with one of his own. Stonda with a third, though. And Nasu chiming in for his first of the round. And that just leaves Skadoodle by himself. I say just Skadoodle. The guy is capable of crazy plays. But in 1 versus 4, when they have a pretty good idea of where he is, I don't like his chances. The one saving grace is he has the bomb and he has 1 minute and 5 seconds to play with. So maybe he can try and mind game ROCCAT into peeking him. But ROCCAT, for me, if they just hold these positions, they're good to go.
This is some great play. Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, they even have... They're just peeking it long to make sure that you can't get in there for free, but they aren't giving him a target. They're just perfectly happy to wait around the angles and force Skadoodle into an impossible situation, such as this one. I mean, he's got 2 spots to watch. He chooses to look left. Instead, the guy's lurking right. What can he do? It's just... That's that. If he were to win that round, that would be, you know, happy Deagle level play. So... Not going to happen this time around, but what a start there for Stonda to open things up. Both kills just completely shutting down that push for Cloud9. Cloud9 really favoring that long push as well, so I'm curious to see what Sean Garza likes to do now that, well, he's been slapped there.
Yeah, I completely agree with what as well with that play from ROCCAT, because one of the things I was a bit curious about coming into this is how well-oiled a machine are they going to be? How are they going to be able to combat the discipline of a team like Cloud9? And so far, so good for them. It's an eco rushing into Sunny's crosshairs. There's the first frag. He spotted himself a second. Will bagging that one for himself, but he's been dropped to 3 HP, so he has to relocate. And in doing so, Stonda's here with the AWP. They are going to get the frag onto Sunny. He went for a repeat there. And potentially second. No. Exarte, well, his grenade is going to just silence Sean Gaz, and just like that, it's all on Skadoodle once more.
That's heartbreaking for Sean as well. He had Stonda dead to rights. Stonda finds the last kill, but that pop flash in from Sean, I mean, it worked just fine. I mean, not really a pop flash, standard flash, but Stonda didn't see it coming. So this is starting to get a little scary here for Cloud9, I think. You don't want to allow the Finns to get too many rounds on the CT side, because on the T side, they're going to be very aggressive, and they're very good at creating opportunities for themselves. So 7 rounds now on the board for ROCCAT on their CT side, and plenty of opportunity to get even more than that. Really, Cloud9, they need to, like, 9-6 going their way has to happen for them going into the next half. So there's a lot of pressure on the North American team right now.
Yeah, there really is, and this is a map we already highlighted over the last little bit in CS history. Has not been going the way of Cloud9, with it being their first map of the day, first map of this tournament indeed as well. It's going to add a couple more potential obstacles to overcome from them. Still 2 rounds behind, it's anyone's game, but ROCCAT have certainly shown up here, and they've been landing some pretty nice shots as well, so this is really what we wanted to see. Cloud9 just feeling out mid right now.
And they've got the flashes, Cloud9 here to try and force Stonda off of cars. So when they do decide to go for the cat push, or at least if they want to put Freakazoid up there, they're going to go ahead, sell this as a fake for B, and you can see them kind of dancing on the edge right now, but that's really not going to be enough. They're going to spot the Soul Man, that's Sean Gares, drawing attention to himself, but in the meantime, it's a cat push, and it's all going to be on Stonda, and they drop right down into CT as well. Really smart play here by Cloud9. Too many targets for Stonda, but is he not going to get it? Yes, he will. He stays alive, but he loses his support. He loses Nasu in the process.
I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Was Freakazoid like half flashed and just didn't spot him? Either way, Stonda can...
Regardless, this is awkward.
Very much so. I mean, honestly, regardless, this should still be around for Cloud9 regardless. Like, there's just nothing really I can see ROCCAT doing in this position, especially as you see nothing just with a double spray down from short. They're trying to retake this, but they're going to lose all their weapons and lose all their lives more than likely, and there we go. Cloud9 bouncing back with a vengeance.
Yeah, what a turnaround here for Cloud9. All going up, and that was real. I mean, Freakazoid, he could have gone down into CT if he wanted to, but instead just pushing up CT slope, adding another layer to the offense. This is very nicely done here by Cloud9, and again, just a solid call on Sean Gares' part, recognizing where the weakness was. The B, and they've been going for B split so much, really, that you can understand why Stonda's still hanging around in mid, wanting to see if they can't just shut them down. Just a little slow on the rotation there for ROCCAT, a little bit too slow to have the impact that they're looking for.
It's always so important to try and mix things up from a T's perspective, because of this very reason, as you say. It forces a key member like Stonda out of position, and in doing so you can try and capitalize onto the site. Again, it looks as though Cloud9 are opting for this catwalk push up onto short. They still have a player lurking in the shadows, and that is going to be Sean Gares. He's going to be trying to make a nuisance of himself here. Flashes come through. Who did have himself a peek, and I don't think he saw too much. That Molotov's going to force him out of position. Now Sean Gares goes back in for second, spraying through the smoke. Not going to get anything, and he has to back on away. So Cloud9 haven't made up too much real estate here. They still have to get onto that site, and in doing so, the AWP is in play.
Oh, this is brutal. Stonda really needed to hit that first shot. He misses 2 shots, and he's going to lose Nasu again, who's really been struggling so far on this map. But now Stonda takes the peek, removes Freakazoid, but he's about to get rushed down. They're already up on the site, through the box, takes out Shroud. Could get another, but Skadoodle's holding the angle, and nothing, doing work with the rifle as well. Into the 2-on-2 now, and things are going to get dicey here for ROCCAT. Cloud9, they've got the site on lockdown.
The worrying thing here for ROCCAT is look at that utility, just a couple of flashbangs. That's going to be very difficult to force onto the site. There's the first one just looping up from CT spawn. They're going to know from where that came that at least one player is coming from that location. Nothing turns around, but still gets the frag onto you, who really needed to land that for his team. And that's all on XR. There's the first frag. Spots himself, nothing, dropping, picks it up for himself. Is there enough time? He should be good to defuse this bomb. Huge round for ROCCAT, and that 2v2 clutch goes in their favor.
Oh, that was catastrophic for Cloud9. Nothing in particular. Thought that he's got to be counting his lucky stars after getting the first frag, but then to get removed by the man pushing up from CT, not good enough from Cloud9 there. That was way too close, especially with Stonda missing the first frags as they pushed out onto Cat. He misses the shoulder pick. That was really nicely done there by Cloud9, but then for him to take so long before he can actually have an impact, and losing Nasu as well, definitely felt like Cloud9 could have come out stronger there in that situation. But wow, Cloud9, 15th round, and they're going for the force, and the timing is perfect. Damage onto Sunny, but then Stonda does one better and takes out Shroud.
Yeah, and Sunny will take that trade every day of the week, but here comes nothing this time around. They're walking into a Molotov. It's going to be Sunny. I was going to say, he's a guy that's been on fire recently, and you expect him to have landed those shots, but instead he falls down, puts a lot of pressure on the rest of his Finnish teammates. But they do still have the player advantage, and there's a pretty strong half. It seems like it's going to be coming in. What a shot there from the AWP of Stonda, the CT spawn, and it will be 9-6. And what I say, ROCCAT has shown up today. A crucial mistake there as well at the end, misplacing the smoke. You need to have a better smoke there blocking off CT. The fact that there was such a big gap for Stonda to abuse, and it meant that Cloud9 were too afraid of actually pushing up onto B slope because they're just worried about the AWP waiting for them to take them out as they try and go. So all 3 members kind of bogged down there for Cloud9. But I mean, it was a force buy. Tech9's nothing did the best that he could with his AK, but still, Cloud9 not getting the score that they were hoping for here at the end of the first half, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely not. They're hoping for really, I think, the roles to be reversed, to be 9-6 ahead. Maybe even 10 rounds on the board here coming through. And this is, I think, where the tactics of ROCCAT, the randomness could catch Cloud9 off guard. Are they going to go for these fast pushes? Are we going to see things that you're not expecting? Ooh, but Cloud9, they're the ones going for the freaky stuff. Two guys boosted up very quickly onto Cat. But this also gives ROCCAT access to Long. And now, yeah, Skadoodle spots that out. He's already taking damage, though. He's got the kit and a Zeus as well. Oh, come on, Ska. If they're jumping up here, you got to go for the Zeus. They do jump on up, but it's the rest of the team coming through. That grenade lands in the middle of everybody, but doesn't really do anywhere near as much damage as I'm sure Sean Gares was hoping for. That being said, though, ROCCAT are about to plant the bomb. Here comes Shroud lurking from behind. Has himself another teammate as well. This is looking good for Cloud9. They're just rushing onto the site. It's all Nasu, who's way out of position in the CT spawn. He still hasn't been picked off. There's no defuse kit on the side of Cloud9, but the fact is, there's Freakazoid playing interference, and it will be the defuse. Solid round for Cloud9, and one they desperately required as well. Yeah, that's the start that they needed right there. Look at nothing as well. It's all good, nothing. You did your work. I mean, clearly, ROCCAT were hoping to pull some kind of rotation out of Cloud9 over towards that A site, but the fact that they took so much damage getting onto the B site, that they planted awkwardly as well, then it's like, yeah, sure, okay, you have one guy alive over on the A site, but Cloud9 know that. They're like, okay, 2 guys on the B site, just rush him down. Make sure that they don't actually have time to set up for us. No shenanigans from ROCCAT, though. They're actually going to be able to overwhelm Sean Gares, so that's a nice little kill there. If they can pick off Nothing as well, that would be pretty big. Nothing actually has to give ground. He's down to 29 HP, but Ska going to work with the Scout, just picking him off. Nothing to be done here for ROCCAT. Still, they don't go for the force buy, so we should be able to get the AK buy coming in the next round. Always interesting to see how teams approach these kind of situations. We saw Cloud9 going for the force after planting the bomb in that first round, so to see the difference here on the T side, always an interesting one. ROCCAT, as you say, will have enough for AKs in this round. And there we go. They're going to go for the Scout as well. It's one of the maps that I think the Scout really does start to shine. I mean, the likes of Chris J, who we're going to be casting later on in this week, is an absolute beast with that weapon, especially on maps like Dust 2.
Oh, he really prefers the Scout because it's kind of, in his mind, it's like the op of old.
Yeah.
You can be super fast, super aggressive with it. Sunny, oh my god, they line up for Sunny, and he can even find the man in element as well. Yes, no survival there for Skadoodle. He gets completely obliterated. And, well, this is a catastrophe. Cloud9, what are they going to do? Pop flash through, nothing, just goes charging in, and he actually catches one off guard. But Stonda, he ends the party there.
Sean Gare's going to be trying to rinse and repeat from his teammate and doesn't really get anything from that position. Sunny picks up yet another 4K. And a huge round from him. He's so happy. I'm loving it. He's just chilled. There's no pressure. Playing against Cloud9, who are definitely the favourites to come out of this group in pole position, then, I mean, ROCCAT are right in this game.
Yeah, sick triple from Sunny.
Really solid play.
What a monster. Well, hey, he just continues to get frags on the board. Another force buy coming out here from Cloud9. This plays really into what Sean Gares, as in-game leader, he sees the current meta being you fight at the beginning of the half. You never stop fighting at the beginning of the half. It's just keep force buying and keep the pressure up on your opponent. That seems to be where it's at right now. What the Sunny with the misclick.
Changed his weapon.
Yeah, swaps out of his gun. I mean, luckily his teammates were able to follow up and make up for that, but that was a pretty big mistake there. And oh, what a spray down from Freakazoid.
So much damage. You can see Yoho's down to 6 HP. Here comes the push, and Skadoodle's on the site. There's the first frag, looking for the second as well. Doesn't get it on the first or second time of asking. Finally, he gets flushed off the site. But there's so much damage been done across the ROCCAT that P2000, I think it was, no, it was the 5-7 came in for the frag. Nasty was the last to fall. And I feel that a lot of that comes off the back of Sunny rushing in and changing his weapon. Yeah. They needed him to survive.
Yeah, he's going to be kicking himself about that. That was clearly, I mean, it must have been a misclick. It must have been him just, you know, hitting a button, hitting scroll or whatever. But for him to swap his gun at a key moment like that, it was not ideal. Because he picks off that first man through. They're so fast up onto B site. They have the pincer. Could have all gone so well for ROCCAT. It's painful to see rounds like that, but they aren't going to buy. They aren't slowing down ROCCAT. They're going to keep on going with the force buys themselves. Single AK, a few Tech 9s, couple of nades to work with as well. And Skadoodle might be in danger of getting rushed down here. Misses the shot in between them, and he's still trying to play with it, but he's going to get dropped right on top of. And they go running past. What is this?
He's still just hiding in that smoke and very much alive, very much in position to fend off this push. Throwing up the Molotov forces the relocation of that bomb planted, but it finally goes down. Here is Stond with the Scout. Nothing's going to happen for him. And speaking of nothing, he comes in and picks himself up a frag, leaving Sunny in a 1 versus 4. And good luck to you, good sir. There's nothing going to happen from his perspective. He's going to back away and save the Tech 9 armor with the Molotov. Top fragging for his team, 18 for 14, doing a good job. But Cloud9, they're right back in this. We are all even once more.
Yep, 10-10 the score now. Starting to look pretty healthy. And keeping, was it 4 players alive there for Cloud9? That's going to be very solid for them. Get that money, start having a bit of a buffer to work with. That's so important for the CT side. Whereas on ROCCAT side, they go for a bit of a quasi-buy. They're just going to invest in a bit of, you know, some Kevlar, some pistols. Sunny had a bit more money than his teammates, so he's got all the nades. And now we get to see what ROCCAT have in store for us here. Cloud9 starting off with a very bread and butter kind of setup initially that would be good against the rushes. But then they rotate Freak back into mid, his usual spot as well. Likes to play from CT. In spots like this exactly as well, you know, boosted up on boxes. And now, well, it gets a little tricky here for ROCCAT. What's the choice? What's the call?
Yeah, it was Stonda who was also using that earlier and actually bagged himself a couple frags, so it is a really solid spot from the CTs. The idea is that you mitigate the smoke that will bounce on through, and you can still get a decent position to just spam across. And we saw what he did in the previous round as well. He held down his trigger and did significant damage to 2 players through the smoke, so clearly he knows this position very well indeed. Looks like the set play towards B from ROCCAT going to be trying to utilize that Tech 9 with the 1-click power of the Deagle as well, while Sunny just bides his time. He doesn't have the bomb. That's in the hands of Nasu, though.
Well, Cloud9 are counting on the retake at this point, because look at Sean Gares. I mean, they're really focusing on a push through B-Slope. Now Sean Gares is going to come back into the site. He's playing from the window. And so, yeah, nothing. Focuses on mid, sees that smoke go up, and now he's going to start hoping for the one man to push through, but it's all going to be about Sean Gares here on Plateau, and he just gets completely rinsed, overwhelmed.
Oh, man. And Sunny from mid backs himself 2 frags. No one was watching that from Cloud9. That's really significant as well, because it stops their retake potential dead in its tracks. So with an AWP and an AK, Cloud9 have to back away, and that was effectively a Tech 9 with armor, pistol upgrades, and that was it. Huge round for the Finns.
Yeah, it's basically an eco round. Winning an eco round there for ROCCAT. I mean, this is huge. It's going to have all that money that Cloud9 were starting to build up. It's going to be gone in the next round. And of course, ROCCAT right now, because they're going to win this round and they were saving, they're going to have so much money. I mean, I'd actually like to see them just hunting even more aggressively. Get out there. Get these guns off of Cloud9. You have to make them suffer in the next round.
Absolutely.
So you're going to have the money to full buy in the next anyway, so would have been good to see them trying a little bit more aggressively there to get the guns off of Cloud9.
Instead, though, Cloud9 will be able to save those two and take us through into the next round. But ROCCAT, after losing 2 rounds, which really came off the back of a bit of a misplay through mid with that weapon switch, have finally salvaged something. Smiles returning on their faces, and here we jump live into the action once more.
They are looking a touch nervous.
Maybe, I guess the idea coming into this, the heavy underdog, so it's like nothing to lose, and then once you get close and realize, hold on, we could actually win this, that's when the pressure mounts. But Sunny with another headshot.
Oh, that was so sick. I thought he was dead for sure. I'm like, okay, Ska's going to get a free kill. Nothing at least doing some work here on the B slope, and then Freakazoid very quickly through. So what an opening from Sunny, but then his team kind of squandered that. They're just getting picked off, trying to be a bit too over-aggressive, I think. They may be able to make it up there in time, but Shrewd's around, and he might actually be able to hold this off. But no, he's making the right call. If they get up onto the A site, odds of you actually retaking that A site, especially with the man advantage, much higher. So good to see Cloud9 keeping their cool. And now these valuable seconds that are ticking away because ROCCAT are checking the usual spots that Cloud9 like to play from, that allows for Cloud9 to get in an even better position here, just pushing up onto short.
Flashbang comes through just to make sure no one was hiding behind the stairway there in short. They'll be pushing. Stun there just unscopes at the worst possible moment, and their Shroud with the double. And Cloud9, as you said, very smart play, allowing the bomb plant to go down to definitely secure the round. They have also gone and converted that.
Man, this is just all over the place. We'll check the scoreboard afterwards, but it feels like it's just been back and forth since the beginning of this half. But what a shot from Sunny, honestly. Just, that's insane. Perfect, dead-on headshot.
Even in slow motion, that reaction speed was just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty much, I mean, 2 rounds for Cloud9, 1, I mean, it's pretty much back and forth right here in this second half. A real, just, all-out struggle between both of these teams. Skadoodle holding mid this time around. No target yet, but he might get a chance here with Sunny in a moment. See if he's had flashbacks to the last time. Sean Gares, now that double op is in play, having saved it. Ska had the money to buy up a new op this round. Let's see, there's the flash through. Skadoodle under pressure, but he managed to get back in time, and there it is. Sean Gares, they got that crossfire AWP. This is so tough now for ROCCAT to crack.
And the fact they're already a player down as well just means they don't even have the strength in numbers approach. They will get absolutely rinsed if they push through mid. So instead, relocating up onto short. We've seen them do this a lot. Maybe it's getting a bit predictable now for Cloud9. And decent crossfire. Freakazoid straight away backs himself out of CT spawn, decides to relocate onto the site itself. Skadoodle again misses the shot, but that grenade is going to do significant damage, lands by all the feet, and does finally get that frag. You, though, did answer back on Freakazoid just afterwards, so the bomb is going to get planted, and another retake for Cloud9 with 2 ops.
Again, man advantage, but only a single Molotov to work with here for Sean Gares. He's moving up Cat as well, so he should be able to drop that onto the site. Sean Gares, though, just going to get the job done with the scout, with the AWP. And where is Zexart? He's all the way out here on Cat. No idea if he's going to be able to make it on time. That incendiary now going to work, and yeah, no choice. Has to try and YOLO in there, but not going to be able to get it done. Cloud9 really just bringing it back here. 2 rounds in a row again for them. And now it comes down to what we see out of ROCCAT. I mean, again, they're getting bomb plants, so they have a little bit of money. They could go for a quasi-buy again here. But they're starting to run out of rounds.
Yeah, that's always the issue. It's, you know, risk versus reward that you have to balance up. And this time ROCCAT deciding to tap out of this round. They do have still tech lines, and we saw that in the previous round they were able to make this victorious for them. So you never quite know of ROCCAT what to expect. And this time it is going to be a long push by the looks of things.
Nice flash to open it up, and then Shroud with the spray, and he nearly gets the 3rd one as well. This guy's insane. He will eventually get run over, but it's going to be Freakazoid. Not in CT this time. Instead, setting up the crossfire on long. I mean, he will get taken out. So two kills here for ROCCAT. Minimal investment on their side, and Xart is still in the fight. So not too bad as far as this round is concerned for them, but can he actually make his way up onto the site? That's the real question, because he's boxed in. He's got nowhere to go at this point. He has to go forward onto that A site, and he only has a flash to do it with.
Such good positions as well from Cloud9. They have 2 ops in play. They're both watching long angles. So really trying to make this as claustrophobic as possible for XR. Me will be coming up now. One of those AWPs is trained onto long. That's going to be from Skadoodle. The other one, Sean Gare's hand from the T-spawn onto long doors.
I like
It's just a matter of time, surely.
Wait, he's got the smoke now.
He does. And he should be able to get across as well, but there is another player up on the catwalk, and he's about to find out the hard way. It's nothing. So Cloud9, that was a fantastic 3v1 position from them. And now they do take a 2-round lead. I believe it's 13-11.
Yeah, this start from Shroud, though, that hurts. Double spray, and look at that. He even adjusts for Yuho. So much damage. All right, well, this is where it gets interesting now. Do Cloud9 just lock down this game? If they do, if they win this round right here, that's pretty much the map in the bag for Cloud9. If ROCCAT win it, they still have a chance. But they, as we see, on the scoreboard, they've had a lot of trouble actually chaining rounds together. Cloud9 are just so good at losing one round, but then adapting, bouncing back into it. Their retakes have been solid. So now life gets interesting. No smoke again. That's got to be a tell. Last round, they managed to get the pick early when the smoke wasn't there. So now ROCCAT have to know that an AWP is on the B site.
Oh, that flashbang was absolutely beautiful for Cloud9, and Freakazoid just gets himself the free frag. He's been Molotov'd out, will be smoking his way out of that position. Meanwhile, Stonder's going to land the AWP shot onto Sean Gares. He was one of the AWPers as well for Cloud9. They had two of them. XR's going to chime in. This is such a huge round for ROCCAT. The frags are still going in their favor. Stonder's very low, however, and this bomb now moving towards the B side. It's all or nothing to stop this, but it seems like the terrorists deciding, nope, we're going to back away, play the mind games, and potentially go for that A play instead.
Skadoodle's still alive, though, and he's looking cross. If he gets eyes on T-spawn, this could get tricky. Yep, one goes running through, and not sure. I think he missed that shot. He did. Nasu was the one going through there, so misses the shot, but then Skadoodle's going to be in position on long now. They have to actually run up on Skadoodle. They only have a smoke as well. Oh, this is going to get very tricky here for ROCCAT. They have to eliminate Skadoodle so quickly. They expect, I mean, they have the timing here. If they were to push in right now, but Skadoodle, he's going to hear that smoke go up, falls down into CT. The correct play here. Skadoodle so on point right now.
Very nearly connects the dots as well through the smoke. There's a small gap there. Jumps, tries to stop that bomb from being planted. In doing so, he will sacrifice his life. And now nothing comes in. There's the first frag. Maybe something special is about to take place. Judging from the two positions, though, of ROCCAT is not looking good. The bomb's planted for them as well. And you have the AK-47s. Nothing has no smoke, no flashes, and soon surely no life. In fact, he's going to pick up the AWP. Has a quick peek, very nearly lands the shot. He's going to go for the full defuse. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. No one's peeking from ROCCAT, and he's defused the bomb. And I think the face palms say it all for ROCCAT. What the hell just happened?
Yeah, that's... he takes that one off shot. That is so sick by nothing. After that, ROCCAT hesitating to peek. They hesitate just long enough, and then they don't have an op of their own. If Sonda's alive with an AWP, boom, like it's done. Nothing isn't going to be able to get that peek off, but because they have the AKs, that's going to be soul-shattering here for ROCCAT. That might very well just put Cloud9 up here. They get the bomb plant, so they're going to get a decent buy here, ROCCAT, but still, the damage is done. Although, as I say that, I mean, they're taking a lot of damage. Skadoodle finally chimes in, but XR catches out Freakazoid. Man advantage here for ROCCAT, and they're pushing up Cat as well. They're going to lose advantage, although Skadoodle, what was that shot? Just takes out Sunny.
3-on-2, make that a 2-on-2 all of a sudden. ROCCAT again may be crumbling. This time around, the bomb has not been planted just yet. And I guess if they're going to look at the positives of that last round, yes, you let it slip away, but at least they got onto the site. At least they had the player advantage. Back onto a 2v2. No AWPs in play this time for Cloud9. And both of them still on A site. Looks like ROCCAT coming all the way around through mid now. Have a smoke. And the flash is going to land. Sean Gares switches to the Molotov. And that's going to do negligible damage to either of them, to be honest. And in doing so, they both scamper away to that site. Will be planted. And now it's on Cloud9 again to try and clutch.
Yeah, much better situation here. They can even jump across the lower. They got the information, spotted out one player moving up slope at least. And now this is going to get very tricky indeed. Molotov goes down behind big box. No targets there for Sean Gares. He catches XR. Oh, man. That is some faith right there. Stonda's going to have to turn around, and he will just in time. But he had full faith in his teammate to keep him alive if they came through the doors. Stonda peeks out on the window and wins the duel versus nothing. No heroics this time from nothing. But that is some faith in your teammate. I mean, Stonda didn't even look around. Two guys coming through the doors, and he's like, XR, I trust you, brother. You got my back.
Which is doubly impressive considering they just lost a round with nothing, just holding down the key, you know. The tensions could be high on their team. They could be starting to bite each other's heads off. You know, Natty was talking about this before. One of the reasons why the Finnish scene does struggle from time to time. So it's important that they keep a clear head here They are still in this map. They could even still outright win this map or take us to overtime. This is not done just yet. And look at this buy from Cloud9. Yes, they've got a 0, but they also have a 5-7 and a distinct lack of utility with no defuse kits.
Well, now they know. Oh, what a shot. Sean Gare shuts down Nasu. Nasu been really struggling this map to have an impact. He's just not having too much luck go his way. But there we go. Flash, double push up on Cat. Freakazoid sees this. Going to be trying to play for the time. Now he needs to wait to allow for his teammates to rotate into CT. This is really smart. He's taking all of his time. Double Molotov onto him. Still manages to trade up and take a kill. And now, whoa, Sean Gares, though. That's the kill that actually turns it back towards ROCCAT. 3-on-3 now when they had a man advantage. Sean Gares trying to have an impact, but that was a bit too much.
I was going to say Freakazoid did a fantastic job to just get that 1-for-1 trade in his position, but as you say, as soon as they lose that player straight back in return, it just equalizes things up. And now Cloud9 on the retake. Shroud has managed to snake his way in. He's going to catch a player unawares. That was stunned, and here comes the defuse. Exart is all by his lonesome now. And it seems like they're trying to bait this one up. They have no kit. So if Exart just plays the time, this should be his. Skadoodle misses the AWP shot, and that will be to the detriment of Shroud. And he has to back away with that lack of defuse kit. ROCCAT are going to pick up this round as well.
Oh, man. This, I think, is the first time that they've chained 2 rounds together here in this half. Right before the end. And now, well, they'll have Skadoodle's AWP, Cloud9, but not much else. They have to eco in this situation. Let it get up to 14-14, and then get the buy-in to lock things down. But Exart, I mean, 2 things happened there. Exart made the correct decision, just denying the defuse, but then Skadoodle missing the shot.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Ska. Like, Hailed is one of the best operators in the world, flat out. For him to miss such a key frag, he's going to be kicking himself. Like, if there was going to be a facepalm, Ska would be doing it right there.
Yeah, if he lands that shot, it's all over. Sean Gares with the cheeky Zeus to the face of you. Lights out, but he's still going to get traded back. It's just the open play from Cloud9. But still, that Zeus kill is going to feel good. Nothing is on the prowl as well with this weapon. Of course, it came down in price.
This is so silly. This is when we're actually going to start seeing Zeus. Like, it's a legit strat now.
The long-range Zeus. Good luck with that.
You can do the long-range because there's the damage drop-off. So it's not one shot, one kill. Like, the farther away they are, the less damage they'll take. But still, like, that's totally viable. If you hold up close to those kinds of positions, $100, why not get the Zeus? It's like, it's ridiculous how OP that thing is. Because at least with a pistol, you have to get a headshot if you're going to one-shot headshot somebody, right? But if you're up close with the Zeus, you just tase them.
And here it is again.
Zap. I can't believe it.
Just got wrecked. But ROCCAT, I said they're not out with this. They still got a chance as long as they just keep that focus, and that's exactly what they've done. And again, there's no defuse kits on Cloud9, and ROCCAT's mistakes haven't been as a result of them not getting onto the sites. They have got bomb plants. As I'm speaking, though, all hell is ensuing on long. It's a 2-for-2 trade. And Cloud9 are just going to get the better of this one. Here comes Freakazoid looking for a second frag. Did drop Stunner down to 34. But Sunny snaked his way onto the site, and he could very well reap the rewards from this. He sees Freakazoid comes up, and he just takes him out. And now the bomb is transitioning through long as well, so this could even be a bomb plant on top of everything else.
This is still a winnable situation. Stonna's got that AWP. Stonna's actually just going to chuck that bomb across. Well played by him. If they get the plant for long, if they can plant for long, and they will be able to, he might lose his teammate, but Stonna's in a decent position. Just shut down there by nothing with the jumping M4. But Stonna with the AWP, he can keep them off of this bomb. Smoke goes down. That's going to make his life a little bit more tricky here. And he has to try. I mean, there it is, really. It's all about getting that angle right. He's got 10 seconds to get the job done, but nothing will shut Stonda out. And this is it. Cloud9 will be winning this round and putting themselves up on map point. So very close, though. But you got to admire ROCCAT for being ridiculously stubborn. I mean,
yeah.
You know what, boys? We're going to take over long. And we actually just, like, it's like Russian tactics, you know? It doesn't matter how many people die. Just, you know, run enough bodies in there, you'll get it eventually.
Just go all in, really. And this is something we were talking about before, you know, that maybe ROCCAT would start to employ these kind of strats and to catch Cloud9 off. But in fairness, Cloud9, they have held on much closer, though, than I think a lot of people were giving ROCCAT credit for in this first map. People thought this may be a steamroll. It's been anything but that. Here comes the aggressive play. Very interesting strat here, considering that the bomb is still yet to go into long here. To have such an aggression from that Tech-9 doesn't really prove to do too much, but has maybe just made Cloud9 think twice. Still 2 players stacked on towards the B side. They had a 3rd round CT, which is very likely going to be Freakazoid, as he always is. There we go, he's up on the boxes.
Yeah, Freak has got like 3 spots that he plays on this map. A-slope. Well, A-slope, Goose. I mean, okay, he has 4. Because he can go out long as well. But, like, this is pretty much like his half of the map. This is where he plays from.
especially when there's no casualties, right? Like, he's probably going to go into A if someone gets killed on long or if they get a pick off somewhere else. But when everyone's alive, he's more than likely going to be here. He has to run away, though. Skadoodle has opened up, broken the deadlock. Freakazoid's in a good position. That's the first frag. He does get traded out. And now it's all or nothing. And Skadoodle, who are on the site, nothing. He's not going to have to do too much. And there we go. Cloud9 seal it up 16-14.
Very well done in the end. And that was just a solid move. I mean, Sean Garrett's calling the rotation basically from Freakazoid, saying get over to B site. They had 3 guys there. It's pretty much the worst case scenario there for ROCCAT. That's the hard counter to what they had planned. So, I mean, not the best start here. I mean, well. Not the best start for Cloud9, I'd say. Good start for ROCCAT, still making Cloud9 sweat. I still think that ROCCAT could have won that. But Cloud9, the expected victory going to them.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So we're going to head to a quick commercial. When we rejoin us, we'll be live for map number 2. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. There you go. The first round is going to be coming in for the Finns. So ROCCAT starting fantastically on their CT side. I'm curious now to see what we're...
Yeah, we're going to get the instant replay here, but what's so important, I mean, this is a 1v4, well, now a 1v4, basically Skadoodle gets the kill at the same time. Last man here, Xart only had 3 HP, so no, that's an easy frag to get, but unfortunately for Skadoodle, he just couldn't find the kill on Nasu fast enough to stop that defuse going through. And look at this, Cloud9, man. Well, talking about random plays, here's a, you know, just total lack of respect on their part. They're actually going to go for the force buy off that bomb plant.
This is something Natu actually did touch on a little bit as well with the force buys of Cloud9, and could that come back to, you know, sting them in the backside?
Oh, I think so, because look at what ROCCAT have gone for. They're going for the anti-force buy play. They've got rifles across the board and a scout on Stonda. But the rifles, they could be huge. Pop flash in, and there's the pop flash as well from ROCCAT, and they've got that crossfire set up. Yuho with 2 kills, but there's still a man alive in the pit. Nasu not going to be able to get anything done, but it's still advantage Cloud9. I mean, it's advantage from
with that AK at the end for Sunny, so at least a bit of a saving grace for them. But still, yeah, it was a bit of an iffy round to say the least. As you can see here, Freakazoid with that P250 just doing work. It was pretty decent from Yoho to actually get the 2 frags in the first place from there, but still, Cloud9's force buy does just about pay off.
Well, that's what makes it happen, actually. I'm kind of surprised at how ineffective Nasu was as well. I guess he was flashed initially, and then he was trying to count on his flash to do some work, and then I guess he just got dinked down low because he really didn't get too much done from that pit position. That crossfire could have completely shredded Cloud9. If he was only able to get like 1 more frag, it would have been a big difference maker there for ROCCAT. But Cloud9 still, they managed to make the force buy work, as you say, and it's going to be a counter force coming out here from ROCCAT.
Yeah, hoping that AK is going to be enough to work off. You can see CZ 5.7 are in. These are powerful pistols, but against Cloud9's 3 AKs for Mass and Scout, I'm not too sure about this decision from ROCCAT. Here comes the push through mid, however, Stonne is actually assuming a position that Freakazoid...
You watch them play online, you watch them play on LAN, they just love to get in your face, they love to throw things, random things out there. And so Cloud9, I mean, look at this. They're already into it. 2 frags changed.
Yeah, right off the bat, and that's of course going to give Cloud9 a chance now to push this bomb through long. They do have a bit of cavalry coming in through short as well, so they're going to try and pinch around on this site, but Exarte with that shot onto Shroud is going to bring the Americans down somewhat, of course, plus Shroud. And is this retake on? The bomb's not been planted just yet.
No, we're still waiting for it, but it's ROCCAT. I mean, they're just going to be focusing on going for a standard retake here. They may even go for the boost. They're attempting the jumps. A bit dangerous since the recent update, but there you go. Sunny will catch Sean Garrett's looking the wrong way. Skadoodle trying to hold his own at long, and he's now going to be the last man alive in a 1v3. Nasu's got the kit, and he's already defusing the bomb. And look at that. Skadoodle realizes, but it's not going to happen fast enough. He gets all 3 kills, but he will not be able to save the bomb from getting defused.
So close yet so far. That's got to hurt. And likes to go in a whole bunch for Cloud9, and it's going to be Sunny off the side, who's doing work with the AK. 2 frags for him, and he's still alive and pretty healthy at that as well, so he could do some more damage. There's the 3rd frag, Stonde from the boxes, and it's all going to be on Skadoodle, and another force buy potentially going to be working out here. He's managed to pick himself up the frag, and he's going to get himself picked off. I was about to say, is he able to get onto that bomb? Answer, a resounding no, and the Finns seem very happy with that result.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. Stonda in particular, he was playing that position down in CT, boosted up on the box to look over that standard smoke that goes down. But this spray from Sunny is ridiculous. Just the crouch spray and then controlling the angle on door as well, taking off Freakazoid, stopping him from picking off his teammate on the B site. That's where it all kind of worked out. It panned out so nicely for ROCCAT. Whereas Cloud9, they've actually tapped out. They're saying, okay, that's enough. We're actually going to go for an eco round here.
Yeah, the economic game of chicken, they're going to bow out first, and that will give ROCCAT a pretty good advantage here. They have lost a player early on. There's just
ROCCAT, as far as I'm concerned, they've got the guns going into this.
They certainly do. Two Tech-9s, of course, on Cloud9 are capable of ripping faces, but they do have a distinct lack of smokes on the board right now. Flashes are coming through onto the CT side. Skadoodle, plus one of his teammates, are going to be pushing this, getting that bomb planted once more. 3-on-3 scenario. And to be fair as well, actually, ROCCAT have very little in utility, so if Cloud9 can just land a couple of shots here, they've got every chance of clutching this round out.
Actually, this is a little bit tricky because they've put Sunny over to the long house right now. We need to get the headshot, and it's going to land onto Exart. No time wasted there. Easy hold for nothing. They're going to try and set it up because the Goose A slope is just too strong. And I'm really quite surprised by ROCCAT's approach on just how slow they were with the retake. The fact that they try and focus on long, they put, I mean, Sunny down on long. I could see that happening, but honestly, I would have liked to have seen one, go like CT up to Cat. They wasted a lot of time. That's basically what we can take away from that.
They're, however, going to be able to keep one assault rifle in the